Coming to you live from the It's Funny studios, I'm Doug.
I'm Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast. Hey, how is everybody doing? How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good,
Not
good.
too bad.
It has been a week.
It has been. I started out the week with a little stomach bug that was
Ooh,
not
stay down
not
at that end
good.
of the table.
Yeah, it was not good. So I got that going for me.
You didn't have Starbucks, did you?
I did not.
Oh, well, we might.
I know. I saw that.
That may have caused it, or it may help, depending on what issue you're having.
Yeah.
We'll find out. All right. Well, so tonight, I think Mike has a couple little things on the intro. We're going to talk a little potluck.
Yep.
Gonna
I got a little thing on the intro, too.
Oh, Greg's got a little thing on the intro. I got nothing on the intro. We're going to talk about kind of food-centric tonight. We have potluck, then some cereals that have been disconnected, and Starbucks has a drink out. We're going to discuss it. Then we're going to have a couple of flight issues, stories, things, a couple things from flying that get your opinions on.
I'll be interesting because I don't love flying. I will do it, but it's like not my favorite thing to do. I would just as soon drive, and I've never been out of the country, so I realize that would be hard to drive to. But
well, you go to Canada, Mexico,
I could do
Latin
that.
America.
Yeah.
You can drive down there. All right. Well, Mike, start us off.
Well, actually, Greg, you should go first.
Okay, mine's just quick.
All right,
stupid.
Greg, start us off.
My stuff will then go into some of the potluck.
Okay, well, because mine's dumb. Okay, so McDonald's drive-through. Picture yourself.
Close your eyes
and envision.
Yes.
It's a warm, steamy night in central Illinois.
Yeah. Also, or even Taco Bell. We've talked about this before.
One day you have to make. Am I in the McDonald's drive-thru or the Taco Bell drive-thru?
Well, you're in the McDonald's drive-thru.
Romantic golden glow from the double arches is cascading through your front windshield.
That's right. It's very picturesque.
Yes.
But we've talked about this before where you go through drive-thrus or you're in a restaurant and you order and they say, would you like to round up for our employee fund, or would you like to round up for the Ronald McDonald House, or all these different things that you can round up for. Well, I went through the McDonald's drive-thru in East Peoria and the gal just goes, would you like to round up? No appendage, Ronald McDonald House, no employee fund. I'm like, what? They're just asking me to round up now for whatever? No comments. I mean, it was like, would you like to round up?
Did you ask him? I would be almost compelled to ask him for what? What are we rounding up for?
Yeah, what am I getting for this?
Is this going to increase the outcome that my order will be correct?
Yeah, we'll put cheese on it.
Is this going to make a difference in that department?
Yeah, I'm sure that will be top of their mind. My order will be correct if I round up. Or maybe they're putting round up on my burger.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Some equivalent of it.
Yeah.
So you don't know what they were rounding up for, though?
No, I'm assuming Ronald McDonald House. But they don't say. I mean, it's like, I expect you to at least take the energy to say, would you like to round up for the Ronald McDonald House?
Let's temper our expectations.
Those 3 extra words just wore me out.
Let's have some realistic expectations.
I know.
You don't want to demand too much or expect too much.
I said, can I round down? How about that? That would work much better for me. For the Daniel House. So let's round down. And if I did that for the course of a year, I'd probably save a fortune.
You might.
So, anyways, that's all I had. Just put some effort into it. That's all I'm asking. Now go ahead.
All right.
And now to Mike.
Well, I'll go into some of my stories here. My stories have to do with food. A couple random stories. Well, this first one, I got dyslexic when I read the title. So it ended up still being, I think, a funny story. But I thought it was another way around. So the title says, Mississippi man arrested after hiding gun in his Taco Bell quesadilla. So what I assumed was that this was a Taco Bell employee who got busted for having a gun or something. And
Packing at work.
And hid it, like, in a quesadilla and, like, sent it out the window.
Getting ready to take out somebody in the drive-thru.
He's going to run for the border.
Ooh. Ding, ding.
But what ended up happening?
Slogan back in the day.
It was.
Run for the border. Yeah. After I said that, like,
And they would always do that bell.
Yeah,
Ding,
that's
ding.
right.
Now it's what, Live Moss or who knows.
Yeah.
But the article goes on to say a Mississippi man was arrested during a traffic stop after he attempted to hide his gun in a quesadilla from Taco Bell. So, you go through the drive-thru, you get pulled over. You've got an illegal firearm that you're not supposed to have, but you've got a Taco Bell carry-out bag. You can put 2 and 2 together. Hey, let's stash it in there. Better than maybe throwing it out the window.
That's the first place I would put my gun.
Well, yeah. And then you can just pass it off. Be like, look, I got the wrong thing from Taco Bell. Yeah. I didn't order the gun, but they gave me the gun.
So there's a gun in your quesadilla. What?
These toppings are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
They never get this right.
It's the third time this week.
That's right.
I ordered the 38.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So it goes on to say that the officers saw him attempting to stuff the gun into his Taco Bell bag, prompting them to conduct a search, and they found the hidden gun.
Be right with you, officer.
Yes.
Yeah. And he didn't put much effort into it. He didn't. I thought he was going to put it in the quesadilla. No, he just put it on top.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Just I have a thought. I feel like quesadilla is a poor food to hide.
Yeah.
Anything really, but a gun, because quesadillas are flat.
Yeah, they like press those,
and they're kind of baked, so they're hard. You can't open it up really.
Maybe a nice soft shell taco.
I would even say I'd try to get away from Mexican. I think you got to go with something a little more substantial if you want to try to hide a gun.
What could you put it in?
I think you need like a Whopper. You need something big. You put the bun over the top of it, pickles and onions and everything. Try to make. I think you can't go with Taco Bell's meals are not very. It's not. They don't have burritos the size of your head like some of the local places. But if you're going to Taco Bell, they're small. I don't feel like you could hide much in it.
Well, and to do a burrito show, you'd have to unroll the burrito, and then you got stuff
you'll never roll it up
stuff everywhere
the correct way again.
Yeah,
either. I mean,
then you got refried beans or something all over your gun.
Maybe if you had pasta or something, or salad
pasta.
takeout.
I was thinking pasta. Like if you could go to a place and
cover it with pasta.
Yeah.
Throw it over there, meat sauce.
But do you get pasta typically at a drive-thru?
If there's a Fazoli's, you could.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Michael's and Avani's. Those are local places that you can go through the drive-thru and get it.
You could get it.
You're not eating it in the car.
Eat it in your car.
Well,
I'm having a big pot of pasta.
Some people may.
I was saying, don't put it past people.
I would not eat it in my vehicle.
Oh, if it's like the Italian mafia guy or something, you could have a gun and pasta.
Yeah, I just sit it on the console before, right beside me, and I just take one end of the spaghetti, just keep slurping it up into my lips. Inside your windshield splattered with sauce.
Marinara. That's gonna be stuck on there forever. Yeah.
Gross.
Well, in the end here too, it does. The gun is basically the least of his problems, because then it goes on to also say
that's never a good sign when that's the
the
least of
gun
your
is
problems.
No, because this part will shock you. It says,
"Okay, I'm preparing myself."
He found himself slapped with other charges after police also recovered methamphetamine, liquid liquid heroin, and other drug paraphernalia. So, yeah.
I am shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
And in disbelief.
Yeah. So, I don't know. See, I thought the story was that the guy got a gun in his Taco Bell quesadilla. But no, he wants to hide his illegal firearm.
Yeah, you got to go to McDonald's to get the gun inside the package. It's part of the child's toy meal.
Yeah, that might be more likely to happen
meal.
maybe at a McDonald's.
Because, you could put it in a Happy Meal box probably, a small gun.
A squirt gun, yeah. A Nerf gun, maybe. Yeah. Well, here's another story I saw. This one I found a little bit ago. This part, I was like, how does this even happen? And why are we even doing this? Another one of those stories. So this one's from the Daily Wire. It says, Australian company unveils lab-grown meatball made from woolly mammoth. What? So it goes on to say, a producer of lab-grown meat unveiled the appetizer perfect for your paleo diet. An Australian synthetic meat producer. This just sounds so tasty right off the bat.
Well, when you said they lab created, I'm already out there. It doesn't matter what the next
synthetic meat
like,
lab created.
I don't want it.
So this company is called Vow. They unveiled a meatball made from the genetic material of a woolly mammoth, synthesizing proteins from the genome. And this is where, it kind of gets a kicker here. So it goes on, and they go on to say that this is part of the company's mission to fight climate change using lab-grown meat. So, real actual cows are bad to eat. So we have to make lab fake meat from long extinct mammals from the ice.
How does that help? How is that better?
I guess because they don't fart. I don't know.
The ingredients for that is coming from something. So what is it coming from? They don't just start with nothing and go bang and there's some meatballs. It's like, no, we got to have some ingredients that we're going to mix together to grow this.
Here it says later on, the Mammoth meatball. This name sounds made up to me. Was created with the help of Ernest Wolvertang, a researcher at the Australian Institute for Bioengineering. He synthesized mammoth muscle tissue using a DNA sequence from myoglobin, the protein which is responsible for the pigment and flavor of red meat. He then filled in a few gaps in the genetic material using DNA from the African elephant, which is a close relative of mammoth. The DNA was then implanted in myoblasts. If you can follow along, the precursors to muscle cells from sheep.
I need a flow chart.
So it's elephant and sheep balls. Meatballs, I guess.
Yes. Mixed in with who knows what else. What else they pulled from some animal. I would not want to eat that.
That'll be McDonald's new taste treat. McBalls.
Well.
Come and see our mammoth balls.
Yeah. Maybe this is how we end up with the sweaty balls.
It is. That's for dessert.
Oh, yes. So I like how they said this. There's a couple more points on this one that I was going to make. Wolvertang, and I probably...
Wu-Tang. The Wu-Tang Clan?
Is it the clan?
What happened? Did we change some stories?
No, this is the guy. That brought it. I'm probably saying it wrong. Wolvertang? I don't know. Anyway, this guy, he said that the original goal of the project...
Mammoth Balls guy.
Yeah, Mammoth Balls, yes. So Mammoth Balls, he says...
Not man with, mammoth.
Mammoth Ball.
Mammoth.
But it may be the other two, but
I'm
we're
assuming,
saying mammoth.
I'm assuming he's that way too. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on that. Anyway, this guy, maybe we'll refer to him as this guy from now on for the rest of the story. This guy, he said the original goal of the product was to create chicken nugget out of meat from the dodo bird.
Jeez.
Sorry. Who has two thumbs and mammoth balls? This guy. Sorry. When you kept saying this guy, that's all I can do. This guy. All right, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Dodo chicken nuggets.
No. So again, I don't know. They like their nuggets, I guess, over here. And yeah,
what sauce would be good with a dodo nugget?
I don't know. I haven't pondered
what's some
before.
prehistoric sounding sauce to go with it?
Okay.
I don't know what that could be.
I don't know either.
I've got nothing.
But this is the kicker from the whole story. I was reading this, and it's like, okay, when we got to this point, it's like, are you serious? So again, we're made to have to eat the mammoth meatballs. However, it states in the article that nobody has tasted the mammoth meatball, and it's very likely that no one will. It says, we haven't seen this protein for thousands of years, Wolvertang, this guy, said. So we have no idea how our immune systems would even react when we eat it. But if we did it again, we would certainly do it in a way that would be more palatable for regular bodies. Are you kidding me?
So eat that and then cut to World War Z.
Basically. Yeah. Are we all going to turn into mammoths? I don't know.
Zombies, or they don't know what's going to happen to us. Great.
It kills the whole article at that point. They're pushing it. And they're
need to stop this.
Yeah, they do it. So it's like, what was even the point? If no one can even eat it.
Because we can.
Basically, right? There's no other explanation.
Yeah. Or the government gave them a big grant.
Insane to me. It's like, oh yeah, we went through all this effort to splice woolly mammoth genomes and ancient elephant proteins and sheep stuff, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you can't eat it. Don't eat it. It'll kill you. It's like, are you serious?
That's almost like the Impossible Burger.
Yes. The Impossible meatballs. I mean, to a grocery store near you.
Yeah.
You could probably hide your gun under them.
You might.
Oh,
you might.
If you had mammoth balls, you could hide your gun under it. I'm going to tell you that right now. You could hide a lot of things probably.
You'd be all
that.
set.
Oh, man. Anyway, that's about it. It's just, why are we doing this?
We're trying to kill ourselves.
Pretty much.
And we're succeeding, I think.
We're doing a bang-up job.
Yeah, we're on the right track.
Yeah, just keep going, guys.
So anyway, I can't wait for some mammoth meatballs.
Yeah. I'll pass.
Chef Boyardee will get a hold of them. It'll be in a can. You'll have two of them in there.
A 10-pound can.
Yeah.
You got to use a dolly to get it in the house.
Costco or Sam's.
Got our mammoth meatball coming in.
That'll be like the water chestnuts.
You know, open it up and turn it over.
Oh.
It just pops out. Boom, on the table. Like, ugh. Dig in, kids.
Anybody want a slice?
Here's a couple sports.
Yes, I'm forgetting, or I'm missing my side of dodo nuggets.
Oh,
I didn't get those. Yeah.
All right. Is that all you had? Or
Yeah,
I want to
that's
move
it.
on? All right. Let's talk potluck. You're familiar with potluck, right? Everybody knows what a potluck is.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a story here about it, and then we'll talk a little bit.
At first, I thought you said pollock, like a fish.
Pollock. No, potluck.
Okay, potluck.
There's a woman who, of course, she took to TikTok with a gripe, and then people were coming either on her side or off her side. But I'll just
What?
Yes, I know. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Brace yourselves. Again, yeah. I should have warned you. I sprung that right on you and did not give you a warning like you did us. That was.
I'm still trying to digest these meatballs over there.
Well, they'll be in the potluck.
Oh, yeah. Well, she would probably be fine with that. It says, Katie couldn't understand why an individual invited to the potluck would only bring a single pizza pie. That means everyone at the party that if they wanted a slice, there would be a significant population of guests who would be left pizzaless.
The travesty.
Katie said the individual didn't understand how potlucks work, which was met with criticism, it says. So she was invited or went. At first it sounded like she put the potluck on, but then it said she was invited, so I'm not exactly sure. But she had a potluck with 30 guests, okay? And she's in her 30s. So then she's saying, I didn't think as a person in my 30s that I would need to say this to other people in their 30s. But here we are. I went to a potluck recently where each person brings something. Let's see. Yeah. Where you bring a thing and then everyone can eat it, but it's not enough for everyone to eat. There were about 30 people and someone brought one pizza. One. With a max of 8 pieces. So she then ordered 4 more pizzas to have at the potluck so everyone could have a slice of pizza. And then she was all mad about this. But, yeah, that is not how a potluck works. If you invited me to a potluck or if I invited you to a potluck, I wouldn't expect you to bring enough that everyone could have
a piece.
Some of whatever it is you brought. The whole idea of a potluck is everybody brings a little bit of something, and then you get a little bit of a lot of things, but probably won't get everything. You might, depending on how many people are there.
And where you're at in line.
And where that's always a kicker. And another thing, if you invited me to a potluck, I wouldn't start asking, like, well, how many people are coming? And what are they? Like, no, I don't know. Thoughts? Any?
Growing up in the church.
Oh, yeah.
We had potlucks
We did.
all the time.
Yes, potlucks were huge at the church.
And yeah, you're right. People would just bring, there'd be massive amounts of food. But you're right. I may not get this pan of brownies, or I may not get green bean casserole.
Yeah, but there'll be cookies and mashed potatoes and carrots. You're going to get something.
I notice things like vegetables and stuff are the things left. It's like, all the good stuff gets taken, and we leave all this stuff that's good for you.
I'm glad you said that, because this is always one of my gripes. If you're going to order stuff for a group of people, like if we're at work, why do they always? They don't always, but there's a lot of times where you'll get somebody will order a whole veggie something, or like we're getting a bunch of pizzas, and they'll order a whole taco pizza. Well, maybe 2 slices of that gets gone. We have 1 sausage.
Yeah.
That's wiped out right away. I don't want your freaking taco pizza. I'm not trying to hide a pistol. I don't need the taco. I just want, like, how about you order like 2 or 3 sausages and then maybe 1 weird. And by weird, I mean the Supremes. And I don't like a lot of vegetables on my pizza. I want meat and cheese. I can pick it off, yes, and I'm fine with that.
If I've got
I can even eat it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. If I've got a diverse group of people, I'll usually order 2 what they call like Supreme or something like that. That's got meat, green peppers, things like that. And then I'll order 2 like meat lovers for the people who don't like the Supremes. That way, everybody can have some, unless you get.
I think that's the minimum ratio. Because I always will try, if we're inviting people over, let's say I'm getting 5 pizzas, I would probably do like 1 Supreme, 1 cheese, and then like a pepperoni and 2 sausage. Just like here,
something
you can,
like that. But
you can divvy it up however you want.
It kind of depends a little bit on the crowd too.
True.
Because a lot of times it's family or something. I know what they're gonna.
This is all true.
But Mammoth ball pizza.
Those are great. I love the Mammoth ball pizzas. But yeah, you also have to know how big of an eater it's coming to, because sometimes you can get pizzas and you're like, okay, I know the Y's probably will eat maybe 2, maybe 3 pieces of some kind, and so that's going to leave some for this, or we'll have this much left or whatever. Although I always try to get it to it's down to the last person takes the last piece and everybody's full, and I throw the boxes away. I don't want I want out.
And I don't say this to be mean.
Oh, just be mean.
But also at a potluck, sometimes I know the cleanliness factor of what the people are cooking, and it's like, I don't want to eat that.
Well, it does help to keep a watchful eye when people are coming in. Who's bringing what dish? Because you're like, ooh,
who drops what on the
that's a
table?
good one. That's not, and it's like, ooh, and I may have even gone to my wife at different times in the past that, they said we had churches and we went to work things at different places that I've worked. I might say, hey, stay away from that green bowl. Stay away from that. Listen, you don't want to do that.
They should make like
or she's picking something up. I'm like, drop it. So she's like, what? I'm trying to say, huh? It's like, just put it down. Don't.
They should make like a food test strip that as you're walking by, you can pop it in there and, that one's fine.
A little flag. You can put a flag in it.
Yeah.
Toothpick or something.
It's like green and red. This one's green. That's good.
Color code it.
Yeah. Yellow.
Yellow.
Caution.
Is iffy.
Caution. It may be okay.
Yeah.
But you're eating that at your own risk.
Now, are you the type,
probably,
especially at church ones, I've noticed it, they would say the blessing for it, and they would say, okay, you can go up to the potluck. Now, are you get there as quick as you can and start, or are you more like, I'm going to wait and let other people get it?
I just usually hang back. I'm never running
My
right
son
up there.
had no problem being the first in line every time. He's like, prayer, amen.
I'm still that way, even with family or friends or whatever. I will let everybody else go. I'm like, what? And maybe I've just gotten mellowed out. I don't know. When I was younger, I probably was trying to get up there to get my favorites. Now I'm at an age where it's like, if I like something that's not here, I'll stop and get it on the way home. Or if they don't have something I like, I'll eat a little bit and I'll get me a lunch meat sandwich or something. I don't care.
It infuriates Lori when we have like a meal or something like that, and you pray for it or whatever, and then you say, okay, dig in, and everybody stands there looking at each other. Nobody will go first.
Oh, no.
And it's like,
I've made your wife mad multiple times.
Probably.
I'm sure I have. I make my wife mad all the time. So,
yeah, she's gotten where if we're at like people's house or something and they say, dig in, okay, go. Because otherwise everybody's just standing and looking at each other. No, you go. Go ahead.
I usually will stand back and let, like, if there's pregnant women or moms with little kids or older people, like, go ahead, go through, get your stuff, go sit down, get things settled in, and then I'll just come up later. And I'm just trying to be polite.
Well,
but I won't anymore. I'm knocking people down, pushing people out of the way.
Yeah,
grabbing
throwing
stuff
elbows
off their plates. Michael have his chicken. I'm just grabbing. I wanted that leg.
Well, actually, that's going to be my approach the next time Lori and Greg have us over for dinner.
We'll
That's
have
my
a race.
approach. Yeah.
Knocking chairs over.
tackle each other, trying to get there.
Break stuff.
Lori'd probably like that.
Should be flattered.
Yeah. Mike really wants this food.
Yes, he does. All right. Well, I got nothing else with the potluck. I don't know. Did you have anything else before we move on?
I don't believe so. I don't mind a good potluck. I mean,
No, I like a good potluck.
yeah, it's got to be good.
You never know, though. That's what you said.
You don't always know.
You just
Sometimes
don't know.
this looks like it's been sitting for a long
Maybe
time.
that's why that's where the luck comes in.
It is. Here are the pots.
Good
And
luck.
if you're lucky,
You'll get something
you'll get
good.
a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my wife sent me this article. There's 4 cereals that have just been discontinued, or this year, I guess.
Play
I
them
thought
out
we-
with some taps.
I thought
Rest
we
in
would-
peace.
We would go over them because we love cereal products.
Oh,
This is actual
cereal loves us.
That's right. Big cereal.
So, so the first one that of the 4, they've got Yummy Mummy, and I got to be honest, I don't hardly remember this one.
I don't recall that one.
It's part of the Count Chocula
Yeah,
family. So
I
they
saw
had,
it,
I have seen it recently, like in the last few years. It's kind of, I think, a throwback. They would bring it out around Halloween.
as a pancake mix.
Yeah, pancake mix and, candy, things like that.
Deodorant.
Yeah.
You smell like
Body
Yummy
wash.
Mummy.
Instead of G, your hair smells terrific. It's G, your hair smells like Yummy Mummy. But yeah, so it's part of the Frankenberry, Blueberry, Count Chocula. There was Yummy Mummy, fruit frosted cereal with vanilla flavored marshmallows. Bat marshmallow.
That's a lot of cereals. Fruit flavored cereal with cereal with a fruit flavored marshmallow.
Yeah. So, but this was saying it was originally called Fruit Brute
Actually, that sounds familiar.
when it came out, and later on they changed it. I guess it was more popular around the late 80s, early 90s, which is probably why I don't remember it as well,
Yeah.
because I wasn't really
Yeah, it was a little
watching
beyond my
cereal,
scope of years of eating a lot. I still like a bowl of
I ate
cereal every
cereal.
once in a while.
But I didn't really pay attention to commercials. I would just go hit the box that I like. And
My go-to is Captain Crunch. So
it's in my early 20s then, so I was eating a lot of cereal, to be honest, probably.
yeah.
But that was the first one that is no longer on the shelves.
Bye, Yummy Mummy.
Yep. The second one, this one, it's a Captain Crunch cereal, but it's called Captain Crunch. Oops, Choco Donuts.
What?
Crunchy chocolate flavored cereals, and they're shaped like donuts. But it's like, why oops? It's not like, oh, we accidentally put you never made donuts.
Well-
You had the crunchy, like just sweetened corn cereal.
Well, I picture in the factory, some worker knocked over a vat of chocolate into the regular Captain Crunch or whatever it
be.
is, or Cheerios. It was in the same building.
And not only are they chocolate donuts, but then they have the little sprinkles on them too.
Oh, nice.
That bring nothing to the
It's
table.
kind of funny. They have other ones. So they have Oops, all berries, or they have some that are Oops, all reds.
All red.
Interesting.
Do they have Oops, I Did It Again?
Oops, I crapped my pants. That's a Saturday Night Live skit. But yeah, the all berries ones. Did the blue and the red berries taste any different? They're just sweet, right?
Well, they're sweet and they're a little more. I won't say fruity, but a little different flavor.
But I meant I never noticed a difference between red and blue, and I did from the berry and the Captain Crunch. But he's like, oops, all red. It's
So
like,
we're leaving out
I
the
don't
best
know.
part, the Captain Crunch.
I think
we'll
if
give
you
the
eat that
berries.
oops all red, you might want to remember that later when you go to the bathroom, or you could scare yourself to death. Like, I'm going to go to the emergency room. Something happened.
Why is it that the cereals lately, as a trend, on a side note, why is it that they always take out components of their cereals and make them their own cereal packaging? So like the Lucky Charms, we've seen all the marshmallow products.
Which
just
that's
in their own
weird.
thing. It's just marshmallow.
Yeah, a bowl of marshmallows.
It's just marshmallow.
More marketing, I don't know, trying to sell it.
And again, with the Captain Crunch stuff, it's like, man, we just leave it alone. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
That's all right.
No,
All
you're
right.
good.
The last, no, this isn't the last one. The next one is a health cereal. So it's Kellogg's Cinnamon Mini Buns.
As opposed to mammal balls.
Mammoth?
Mammoth, not mammal.
Well, good. I'm staying away from that cereal. Their mascot is frightening too.
My brain's not working well. Mammoth.
Is that a snuffleupagus on the box? Don't look! No! Don't look at the box, little Johnny. Turn it around. Run away from the cereal.
Toy inside.
Yes. You do not want to play with that one. I'm going to tell you that right now.
All right, back to the mini buns.
I don't even know where I was at. Anyway, it looks like little, like cinnamon.
I've seen those. They kind of look like those Hostess buns you get at the gas station.
Yeah. The iced honey buns.
Yeah, the honey buns. Yeah.
They do look like that. But
except these are mini.
Says that these were more of a 90s classic, and they have discontinued them.
Aw.
I like the picture here, though. It says, new Kellogg's Cinnamon Mini Buns.
Yeah, that does look
Free
great.
cassette single inside.
Yeah. It does look very 90s, I gotta say,
cool.
from the picture.
Did they give you a cassette player to go with it?
I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't say what the cassette is, though. Or at least I can't read it. Maybe it does. My eyes just don't read it.
I think it was the Archie Sugar.
There you go. The last one, I had never heard of this cereal, and it sounds horrible. It's by Post, and it's chicken and waffles. Do you want a chicken cereal? The waffle part, maybe, okay, it's fine.
How do you get chicken tasting cereal?
I don't know, man. It says, yeah, this was another 90s cereal. Like 90s baby sugary stuff was great. A shopper scan, the supermarket, good luck. I do remember it says Mr. T. I remember the Mr. T cereal, but that was an 80s cereal.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, it's like a Honey Bunches of Oats.
What is?
Chicken and waffles flavored cereal.
You put syrup on it?
Maybe. You could, I
don't want chicken flavored cereal. I want chicken and milk.
And I love chicken and waffles.
See, I've never had
I
it.
had chicken and waffles the first time were you with us? We were out there at the Childers. We all went. I think everybody got chicken and waffles.
I love chicken and waffles. I'm not going to lie. But I don't think I'd like the cereal version of chicken and waffles.
It's a weird mixture for me.
I don't think I've never tried it. It just doesn't sound appetizing to me. It may be good. I may be really missing out. But.
That could be a product carrier. We'll have like chicken and waffle juice or something.
Oh, gross.
You had me at the juice. I was excited for the first time for a product test if we just did chicken and waffles.
Oh.
So, whip some of those up.
I may have some product tests coming next month. I found some stuff to order.
Ooh.
So we will see. But that's another subject.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. So that was the last cereal I had. I don't know. Does anybody else have anything before we move on?
Cereal related.
Okay.
So what year were you born?
71.
And you were born?
96.
Okay. I found 3 cereals. One that was released the year I was born.
Which was 1927.
That's right. No, 1961.
Okay.
One that was released the year you were born, and one that was released with Mike.
Okay.
So what do you think was released the year I was born?
Wow, 61. Is it, can you give us a hint? Like, is
I'm
it,
trying to
well,
think.
hang on. Is it a sweetened cereal or a non-sweetened cereal?
More of a non-sweetened.
I'm going to say Rice Krispies.
No. What? This might give it away. No, I think there was a very popular commercial for it on TV. I don't think the commercial was just like Saturday mornings either. I think it was. I can give it away for sure.
Mike, you got a guess?
You said part of it. Or you from the commercial?
I said part of it.
Mikey.
Oh, Life.
Life cereal.
Okay.
He won't eat it.
Mikey likes everything, or Mikey hates everything. He likes it. Mikey likes it.
Yeah. That was the.
I remember that commercial.
Never had Life cereal.
Life. I think I had it thinking we had no other cereal in the house, and like,
I like Life cereal.
I'll try this. It's not sweet though, is it?
No,
it's more of a.
Well, it was when I got done with it when I was a kid.
Well, everything was like that. I mean,
yeah. Stirred up.
My sweet honey buns were the actual honey bun dropped in the cereal. Okay, what do you think was Doug's year? What do you think came out? You got any thoughts around 1971? What might have come out? I know this is very broad.
Is it sweetened? Can you give it?
It's sweetened.
It is sweetened.
I'll give you the next hint once you do it.
I'm going to say Sugar Smacks.
Nope.
I don't even know where to guess.
The Yummy Mummies were related.
Count Chocula?
Yes. Count Chocula came out in 1971. And then Mike, it's kind of interesting. What's Mike's year? And I'm not saying there weren't other cereals that were released. This is one that first popped up, which
96.
Yeah.
I need a starting point. I can't just throw out a random.
Kind of like one of the ones that was canceled.
Well, let me see here. In Sync Bunches of Oats. I'm trying to go with a 90s theme. I don't know.
Is it a cinnamon one?
No.
Related to cinnamon?
What was the last one we talked about?
Chicken and waffles.
Okay. So in 96, Waffle Crisps.
Oh, Waffle Crisp.
Where they were introduced. So when did the chicken and waffles, when were they?
It said the 90s. It didn't say it.
So they released it in 96 and canceled it in 97 probably.
Oh, the chicken waffles was just canceled this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have never seen that cereal, so I don't know if it's a regional thing or what.
Probably down south.
The other three I had.
Yeah.
But that one, no, never heard of it.
Yeah. So that was just interesting what year certain ones were released.
All right. Well, Starbucks, and full disclosure, I don't like coffee. So I can drink it.
Coffee drinker.
I have drank it on occasion, but very rarely. But they do have a new drink that has come out here. I think it actually came out last month. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But it is, and I don't know how to, I may butcher the name, Starbucks Oleato, Oleato, Oleato.
Yeah.
Says features several different coffee drinks that combine Starbucks Arabica coffee and Pertana cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. I don't know what that is bringing to the coffee.
Makes it slide down.
I don't know. I mean, I know people will add fat to their coffee sometimes. I've heard of people even putting like a pat of butter in. I've
never heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I don't like coffee, so
I don't either. And it sounds
I know
disgusting.
people that drink coffee and they put so much cream and sugar and everything else.
Yeah, it's not really coffee anymore.
It's a
at that
milkshake
point.
by the time they're done. It's like, I love coffee. It's like, do you?
Or do you like sugar?
You like sugar water. That's cream.
And see, like my grandma, like when I was a kid, I'd be like, "Oh, grandma!" Like I always remember she'd get coffee just black, strong coffee, and I'd be like, "Can I try it?" She's like, "You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it." She's, yeah, I hate it.
I actually, when I was like,
but yeah, her coffee, I just remember the black coffee, nothing in it, just drinking it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was like 6, we had a housekeeper for a little bit when my mom was pregnant with one of the other kids. And she would make me regular coffee with milk in it and sugar. So it was sweeter, but I would drink, and I would dip my bit. And I'm not a dipper now. I don't like dipping things. I don't like things mixed together. But I would dip my biscuit in that coffee, and we would sit there and eat that at the counter. I don't know when I outgrew that or stopped liking coffee, but I don't care for coffee at all now, the flavor.
Well, it said it had mixed reviews where some people, they really liked it. They one person wrote on Instagram saying, it's a delicious combination. Another, I tried Oleato and at the Reserve Roastery in Chicago. It was immaculate. Others, not so much. One said it tastes like an oil spill. One said it's the most vile coffee drink I have ever had.
And they're like, believe me, I know what an oil spill tastes like. Trust me.
But a lot of people were just so they were kind of split. Some really liked it, some didn't. But it did seem to have an unexpected effect on some people.
A side effect from the coffee. Huh?
Yes, it was a very potent laxative on some people. They drank it and would have emergencies and have to find a bathroom immediately.
Well, that can be helpful in some cases.
That's why I said earlier, it's like, well, maybe you could have used a coffee, depending on what kind of problems you have. Sometimes you may need this coffee.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. But it said coffee already is a laxative. I mean, when you drink coffee, it gets things moving in a lot of people. And also oils can be used as a laxative. In fact, some laxatives are oil based. And they said, why would you mix these two together? So what else could Starbucks put in this? Here's your
colon cleanse coffee.
Colon cleanse. I like that one. And a bran muffin. Would you like me to top that off with a little roasted Metamucil? Put it right on top there for you. Stir it up. You're not going to get out of the drive-through line at that point.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an accident. I'm going to have to drive over to Walmart and get some new underwear. Or a Commando for the rest of the day, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen. You're going to be using that garbage can at right at the exit of the drive-through. And not for your drink.
That's right.
But that would be brutal. Brutal. I don't know.
Could be.
It reminds me of the gummy bears. Some of the horror stories
Yes.
of the gummy bears.
Or remember when they had the fat-free potato chips that were made with that?
Well, it's Oleato.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So maybe
Similar.
it's
It's probably got Olean in it.
I don't know. Well, this says extra virgin olive oil, but maybe it has the other two. I don't know.
What's extra virgin?
Actually, I do know that. It's the first pressing of the olives. So if you get extra virgin, that's the first. So
Well, how does it get to be extra? Because it's first.
Wow.
How can you be extra first?
These are the purest olives.
They're the very purest olives. So it has it's the most robust flavor.
Ooh.
And if it doesn't say extra virgin, then what it is, it could be 2 or 3 presses. I mean, they just keep pressing it and then
Regular virgin. Olive oil.
the non-extra virgin. So, but no, that is where that comes from.
Huh. Did not know that.
So, wow, my knowledge of stupid trivia pays off once in a while.
Yes.
Very
Doug's an
rarely.
Olive oil expert.
Extra virgin expert. All right. Well, a Blue Jays relief pitcher was in the news, Anthony Bass. And he took a shot at United Airlines. His pregnant wife was on a flight with her sister, and she also has 2 kids, 2 and 5 years old, and then she's also pregnant. And he said that at the end of the flight, and it doesn't get into a lot of detail, I wish it would, because I don't know exactly how they exactly accomplished this, but it said a flight attendant at United just made my 22-week pregnant wife traveling with a 5 and 2-year-old get on her hands and knees and pick up the popcorn mess made by my youngest daughter. And he said, are you kidding me? So they have the pictures there. They're eating popcorn and whatever. And then, kids are eating popcorn and it gets on the floor. And apparently the flight attendant made her clean up the mess.
Wow.
So my thought or my question to you is he a jerk for complaining about it? Is United a jerk for cleaning up? Is there any responsibility to it? Now, I will say this before you guys start. When my son was little bitty, if he made a mess, I would try to clean up. I would not pick up every piece of popcorn on the floor. But if they made it, like if he dumped a bag of popcorn, I would probably grab as much of it as I could and throw it back in there. Like, well,
yeah. So a quantity thing might.
Yeah.
It doesn't say.
Like if you go to a movie theater, do you pick up the popcorn if it falls on the floor?
No. No. And it doesn't show a picture, so there are some questions. But when I saw that, and some people were skewering him, saying, well, were they supposed to pick up after you? And then he was like, they have a cleaning crew that comes on the plane. That should be included in the price of my ticket. So I don't know. Where are you coming down? What are your thoughts with this?
You got thoughts, Mike?
Well, I'm kind of caught in the middle. I mean, it's like, yeah, there are points that Doug made that I would agree with. Like, if you have little kids, they're not going to pick up after themselves, and they're going to leave a trail of crumbs. So some of the owners, I think, would maybe just not to be a slob because you're in an enclosed space with other people next to them and whatnot. But, I mean, would I go the length of cleaning up every little piece of popcorn? Probably not. make sure maybe most of it's picked up. But like we also said, I mean, there's somebody's job is to clean the plane, right?
Right.
And sanitize it, whatever they do for the next flight.
Yep.
So I wouldn't feel super guilty if I left crumbs or whatever on the plane. And when you pay an arm and a leg sometimes for a ticket, why should you have to clean some of that up? So I think it's a little egregious. Now, if you completely trashed your spot in the area, then have some respect, I guess. So it's got to go both ways.
Right.
But in this case, it felt a little extreme, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I kind of tend to agree. I mean, like you said, if it's a big pile of popcorn, sure, I'm going to try to scoop that up and get it into the plastic bag or something. But I guarantee you, almost every other seat on that plane, people have had crackers and potato chips and, I don't know, whatever else you eat on an airplane, and they've got crumbs by their feet. So to cherry pick this one thing, like I said, the price is high to get a ticket. They've got cleaning crews to clean the carpets when they're done, the vacuum them or whatever. It's not that big a deal for them. So I tend to agree with that then.
Their attitude would go a long way with me too. The people making them, you know what I mean? If they were just being disruptive and destroying things and throwing crap everywhere, then I would tell them something. But if they were just doing regular stuff and you had a kid that was, opening a bag and it spilled out, and plus she's pregnant and she's got 2 kids, 5 and 2, trying to wrangle them out when the plane is already, disembarking, people are trying to get out of there.
That's what people want to do, is wait while you and your kids are trying to move along.
That's kind of what I'm glad you kind of elaborate on that, because that's when I was going to say, because part of it's on you too, right? Like, you have to have some level of respect.
Yeah.
Not just for yourselves, but for the people around you and for the people who you would eventually make clean up.
I have no respect for the people around me.
Which most people don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
And how would they enforce this? Well, I just said, no. And I grabbed my bags and come on, and we're getting off the plane.
And Doug can never fly again. He gets thrown on a list, and no fly list.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, if the kid had a cup of popcorn and was dumping it on people next to him, okay, you need to pick that up. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, that was. So did we come up? Who was in the right?
I don't know.
So,
or who was?
If you want to talk about in this particular instance, I think
with what we know.
With what we know, I think I'm going to have to go with the bigger jerk is United.
Yep. Now, he did come out later, a couple days later, and tweeted that he thanked United. They took care of the problem and dealt with this one particular, and apparently is one particular airline attendant that was creating the scene. And they said they took care of it privately and made things right with him. So
that's what it's all about. If you just have open communication about it, you can resolve most of these things without all this.
But when you have one attendant, that's going to reflect on the airline as a whole.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. In this case, this one case at least, I think the airline
and flight
was
attendants
wrong.
over the pandemic, they kind of felt their oats with the power. But also,
a lot of people did.
Also, people are insane on the flights as well. So I can see both ways. I can see the flight attendants like, hey, it's my way or the highway. But then you're dealing with some jag that's just screaming or whatever. It's like, look, dude, we're all just trying to get to where we're going. Don't screw things up and make them turn the plane around and land, because now I'm ticked off. Because lost your freaking mind.
And you can't just walk on a plane. You got to wait forever. You got to go through the security, get violated probably like 3 times along the way. And then you can finally...
What security are you going through?
Well, it's almost like any security. You go through 3 metal detectors. You probably get randomly selected for a pat down.
Get your shoes pulled off.
Yeah. So you go through that whole process, and it takes forever, I feel like, to get on a plane. I don't think there's ever been one flight I've ever been on that's like left at its scheduled departure time. I always feel like there's some sort of delay in there too.
When you freak out and said, "Oh, we're a couple minutes early. We're going to take off."
Yeah, that would be the day. It's just like, after all that effort, can you imagine just like being petty or getting the plane turned around? It's like, come on.
Well, and I don't have this story right here, but I read it today. There was a guy There was a baby crying.
Yes, I've seen this
on the plane. I didn't see the story. I just read it.
I saw the video.
There was a baby crying, I guess, incessantly, a lot. And this guy was just fed up with it, I guess. And he's screaming, I guess, and cussing.
Yep. Lots of obscenity.
So much so that they turned the plane.
Yes.
I would be like, dude.
Yeah, that's when.
Let's get a group of us together and duct tape this guy's mouth shut, man, because I can't have
While you're at it, tape the baby's mouth.
Because now
they rerouted the flight, landed the plane to kick, basically more or less to kick him off, you know.
It's like, just shut up, man. We all want to get where we're going.
You can see in the video his wife or girlfriend or whoever is just like, stop. She's trying to get him to stop, you know, he just won't.
So you're like, I thought the baby was what's annoying.
Yeah, you're making it 10 times worse. And not only that, now you're getting kicked off the flight. How did that help your whole day?
Yeah. That's what flying...
none of us like to be next to a screaming kid inside this airplane, but we've all done it.
I feel like that's what flights bring out the worst in people, because all the stuff I mentioned before, you got to go through before you can even get on the stinking plane. And then inevitably you're next to someone like that. Like, you know, whether it's kid kicking your seat or someone who takes up way too much room or whatever.
Right.
I feel like this is always... You get somebody like that on a flight, this is always how it goes.
Yep. Garbage. Yep.
Back to the popcorn thing. I missed my COVID invention. Masks filled with popcorn. You could just sit there, you know, it would have a thin film over it. You could poke out with your tongue and then start eating
but the eating
straight out of the mask.
The eating was kind of like your opportunity to get out of jail. You could pull the mask down.
Oh, but I could have given them more power where people wouldn't have to eat. Here, would you like the popcorn? Or would
you're giving power to the man. I thought you were trying to help the people. I'm a man of the people,
would you like a lovely bowl of cereal in your mask?
I'm trying to free
Greg's
people.
making the popcorn bag the mask, more or less. Where you just
or a mask filled with cereal. Cereal's big pop, you know.
Gross.
Oh, I got
drown because they put milk in it. You get sued, lose all your money.
I got Fruity Pebble mask.
Yummy mummy.
Oh my God.
Then you don't have to take it off. You just, poke through with your tongue.
Oh, jeez. Thanks.
That's disgusting.
You have to let us know how that project.
Yeah, I'll get on that for the next
get
pandemic.
some prototypes going.
Secure some funding. I'll watch for your Shark
When you go on vacation, you should make one and try it in the vehicle and see how it works.
Yeah, I got my popcorn mask on.
Well, I thought the cereal. I like that better.
The cereal would be good. Of course, if I spill it on the floor, Lori's going to make me pick it up.
Yes, she is. Or kick you out of the vehicle.
Kick me out of the car, yeah.
Greg standing on the side of the road somewhere.
Kentucky.
What happened? All right, last story I've got here.
The mask will be wrapped around me.
This woman went to change.org to get a petition going because she thinks some things need to change with the airlines. She thinks that she's being discriminated against.
I was going to give you a watt there. What?
You might want to give me a big what.
Oh.
This woman, she's a plus-size airline passenger. She created a petition because she says that the airlines are discriminated against her because the seats are too small. And she's demanding that the FAA do something to protect plus-size customers. Air travel should be comfortable and accessible for everyone, regardless of size. Regardless of size.
Here, we put some seats out on the wing.
As plus-size travelers, my partner and I have unfortunately experienced discrimination and discomfort while flying. Well, the discomfort while flying, and I'm a little overweight, but I think everybody encounters some discomfort while flying. It's just, you're giving up some of that for the convenience of, I get on an airplane here, and 3 hours later, I'm in Miami or wherever I'm going. It says during a flight,
everything goes right.
Yes. During a flight from Pasco to Denver, my fiance was subject to hateful comments, disapproving looks, and even a refusal to sit next to them, amounting to discrimination. And they have a picture of this woman, and she looks, I think she's well into the 400s. I mean, easy. 450 maybe. It doesn't say her weight, but she is a very large lady. And I only say that to give you an idea of what she's wanting to go. What she thinks, says here's her quote, all plus size passengers, and it doesn't give what size that is, All plus-size passengers should be provided with an extra free seat or even 2 or 3 seats depending on their size to accommodate their needs and ensure their comfort during the flight, Cheney wrote.
This plane has 8 seats on it.
It's got 270, but we've got 8 people.
Well, I was thinking maybe the seats could be like, the armrest could be on a moving thing like a micrometer or something like that, where it moves back and forth. And then when you're signing up for your ticket, they put the heavy people and the skinny people right next to each other.
But do you want to? What should you get? If you, I wouldn't be on the skinny side. So some poor skinny guys or women have to sit next to me.
Yeah, they just adjust.
But why should they be punished? Because I can't quit eating Reese's peanut butter cups.
Well, I'm not saying they should be punished.
Well, they are. They're sitting next to me, and I get to push the micrometer and move it out there and squish them.
But as long as they were signed up correctly, it should be an equal.
But part of it is like, I don't want to be exactly the size of my seat. I like to have a little bit of.
I remember from the Weird Al concert.
I'm glad I was going to bring that up. Yes, but you shouldn't be punished for that.
I know. I had to lean sideways the whole night.
I know. He laid his head on my shoulder while we watched Weird Al in the dark.
Yeah.
She also says that the airlines need to manufacture planes with larger bathrooms. Well, airline bathroom. First off, there is a finite amount of space inside of an airplane. There's only so much you can do. And if they start,
and they're designed very specifically.
Yeah. We can't put an addition on the outside.
Every screw in an airplane has a purpose, right? It's designed that way intentionally.
Yes. And here's the thing. If you are too fat to fit in the seat comfortably, you should be responsible for buying 2 or 3 or 4 seats if you need to.
Or lose weight.
Yeah. And she said that. How dare you make somebody be responsible for themselves,
I know.
Greg? It's not anybody else's fault. It's everybody else's fault, I should say. It's not their fault. But
it's when like those Reese's jumping out of the shelf on you when you walk by.
Shoving the salt in me and shoving their Reese's eggs in my mouth. I can't even, it's terrible.
Or they roll over on the scanner while you're there scanning your other stuff.
I keep pushing them back and they keep jumping off into my pocket. Like, no.
Not again.
Yeah. So she says, that people were saying things. They didn't want to sit next to her husband. No, it's a comfort thing. It's just like the concert. I don't want to be squished all over because you're spilling into my seat. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's just the way it is. And the same way with, like I said, I could lose a little bit of weight too. If the seats are real narrow and I go sit down, it's like, ugh, I'm wedged in here, man.
Well, and I don't think I guess airplanes, it's like an armrest that folds down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think, how could
my
seats would be a lot of space.
I feel like if I got on an airplane and I go to sit down, it's like, oh, I need another seat. My first thought is that they need to provide me. It's like, all right, I need to do something. I got to stop. Or if they give me that extender or 2 of them,
yeah.
Like I can't get the seatbelt around me. I got to get serious about my health, man. This isn't healthy. I got to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thoughts, Mike? Anything?
Nothing hasn't already been said.
Okay. Well, I've got an impromptu would you rather. Would you rather take a 5-hour flight?
Oh, this is already
sitting next to an extremely large, a very fat person, extremely plus size person, or a woman holding a screaming baby the entire time. And when I say extremely plus size, I mean they're more than spilling into your seat. You have no armrest.
I have one question.
Nothing.
I have one question before I make my answer.
I will give you the answer to that question. Just as soon as you ask me, I'll just make it up. So ask it.
Am I allowed headphones?
I say no headphones.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, yeah, because that tunes out the screaming baby.
I'll give you crappy headphones.
Yeah.
They're not noise canceling. So you could have music, but you're going to hear everything.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get away from the baby.
Oh man.
So when you've got your Weird Al greatest hits on and you're going to hear the baby screaming the whole time. Or, when you're listening to Stupid Ho on repeat, the baby's screaming in your ear the whole time.
So basically you want to we're deciding if we want to be physically uncomfortable or psychologically.
There you go. This is a tough one. I don't know what I'm going to pick.
There is no right answer to this question.
It's open that door at 33,000 feet and just step out.
Or just scream yourself, cause a scene, and then maybe they'll let you off.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go.
And when the U.S. Air Marshals are dragging you off the plane when you're finally down, you'll be thanking the good Lord as he tases you for the third time. You're like, at least that other fresh hell is over.
Yeah. Sweet freedom.
That's right.
I'm going to go. I'm going to do the screaming baby because I've done it before and it's not pleasant, but I feel like everybody's been there type of a thing with the baby.
Yep.
So now, that being said, I'm going to go that route as long as I have my chair to myself. My chair isn't being kicked or anything from behind. I'm assuming comfortable, like I can sit comfortably in my spot.
Yeah.
As comfortable as you can on an airplane.
Yeah. Right. It's just that baby is sitting in that woman's lap right next to you. I mean, you're ground zero.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the baby. Because I've done it before. It's not fun. It hasn't been for 5 hours, but I think I could make it maybe.
Yeah. You're not going to get to sleep or enjoy your flight or anything.
So
I don't think that's happening.
It's a baby that's teething or something. It's just that blood curdling scream. For
I don't think I'm sleeping or enjoying the flight either way. So I'm sticking.
Probably
with
not.
Is Lori with me on the flight?
I don't know, but this doesn't.
Or is it
impact...
a stranger next to me on the other side of the heavy person?
I'm going to say it's the aisle. So you don't have an armrest or anything there.
I like that.
You're just. If
you don't get noise canceling headphones, you got to get the aisle.
It's just you. There's nobody.
Yeah.
And so they're spilling over into my seat.
Oh yeah.
Drastically.
How long's the flight?
It's 5
hours.
It's a 5 hour flight.
I think I'm going to go with the heavy person. I've proved I could do part of that time at Weird Al. So,
but you don't have Doug's shoulder this time.
Yeah, you can't.
No,
you can't snuggle up next to me on this flight. I'll have to
get the back of my head hit with the cart as they roll it down to. Here's the drink cart. No, at least I can maybe rest. Even though
that's fair,
I'm going to have a side cramp when I get to wherever I'm going.
That's fair,
but I think that's where I'm going.
All right,
you're going to have to if you can try to get yourself to sleep somehow. Then
I might nuzzle into the heavy person.
You might get lost. You might smother. You could die.
Drop that oxygen mask down.
It's just a hose going into the pit. What is that?
Where did the passenger in seat 3A go?
Well, his body's here. What happened? He get decapitated? Get the jaws of life.
Oh, my gosh.
No, you're in there.
You think a weighted blanket's bad. You're never going to make it out of. You're just here going. You get your meal. You going to eat all that pumpkin?
I'd say I don't think I have any chance at a meal.
No, it's gone. All right, so my turn.
Your turn.
Screaming baby.
Really?
I'm going screaming baby, and I will tell. There's one reason. If it's a fat person, heavyset person, overweight person, I am inconvenienced. I'm the only one inconvenienced. Just me. Screaming baby, that whole plane is miserable, and misery loves company. We're all in this together. We're going down together. We're sinking. Fat person,
make everybody else miserable.
That's right. Heavyset person, I'm just miserable. Everyone else is enjoying their flight. I'm looking around. They're all laid back, relaxing, fans blowing on them. I'm sweating to death. I'm like, this is miserable. At least with that baby, I get some comfort. Oh,
he's getting comfort from others' misery.
I am. I fully will admit this. I am a jerk. The other 278 people are just as miserable. Maybe a little less because I'm ground zero. I'm right next to this kid.
You're right next to it.
But everyone else is looking, and I give them, and we can even have that camaraderie. They look back, I give them like raise my eyebrows.
5 hours of that.
Kind of point my eyes at the woman, like, oh, come on. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
At least I can.
We're all miserable together.
I can sit physically comfortable, and I think that's the biggest thing for me, because then that's going to help me with my headspace.
Yep.
Your headspace is going to be full of sound.
Well, it's going to help because I can just sit there in my bubble and no one else is in my bubble.
And just, except the baby screaming.
Well, the screams are not in my
The screams
bubble.
are
The
in your
scream's in
bubble.
everybody's bubble.
Yeah.
Not physically, though. That's my point.
Well, the screams are in your.
Okay, all right. Nothing is, they're not bursting the bubble.
Not bursting the bubble. What kind of bubble you got that baby screams aren't bursting?
Sound waves pass through the bubble. If there's a physical touch, the bubble is bursted.
And then you're going to
And
have
TSA has already bursted that.
You're going to
for
have
me.
the screaming guy too, because one pastor's going to get so irate that they're going to start screaming at the mom and the baby. So you're going to have multiple things
So
going on.
Mike he's concerned with his physical well-being. And
think
Greg
that's
wants peace and quiet, and I'm just happy that everybody is miserable
Yeah.
as I am. It was a good flight then. We're all miserable.
So you and I are sitting somewhat near each other, in between the baby or something.
Maybe the baby's in between you guys. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
And the
then we look back,
the mom will move.
Greg
it.
won't hear the baby because his head's stuffed in the fat guy's
See,
pit.
look, benefit. There's many benefits to that.
Or you, most likely, will have the worst of both worlds
See, and you're going to be sitting there.
on an actual flight. That's how it would work.
Doug's going to be on this
A
side. You're
fat
going to
baby screaming. That's what I'll get. An overweight, obese, fat baby screaming its head off next to me.
the mom
I
lays it
can't get
over.
it. I can't win. I can't even win.
Because it's going to be like a tornado siren. Because the mom's going to put it up to her
Oh,
shoulder. Now it's going to be in Doug's ear, just blasting.
No, it
then
will
she's
be.
going to move it to the other shoulder, and it's blasting in Mike's ear.
Ah, well, everyone else is miserable, and I'm happy about it.
Maybe
Glad
I'll
to
just
know you care.
Maybe I'll lean into the psychological torture and I'll play Weird Al through my crappy headphones.
I might just start screaming too. We'll all scream.
I scream, you scream.
We all scream to get off this plane.
Yes.
All right, well, I got nothing else. Anything?
Nope.
Time to ground this thing.
Let's bring her in. Got the lights on. They're giving us the okay sign. So,
Oh, and darn it, we're being diverted.
yep. We turned
Dang
off
it.
we turned off the smoking sign. The smoking sign
Yes.
is no longer lit.
We're circling the airport.
Who had
Please
the
put
fish?
your lap trays in their upright
Yeah.
position.
Hopefully no one had the fish on the plane.
No. And a lot of people probably think that we just crashed about 45 minutes ago. We limped it in. We got her in. We landed safely, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Check out all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, wherever you get your social media stuff from. We probably have some kind of a presence there. Check us out. YouTube, we do put out some different videos. Check us out there. We hope you're tuning in 7 days. Have a great week. Relax. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. We hope you tune in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.